my name's Justin Fischer, and I manufacture soft-serve and frozen yogurt machines and export them around the world. Yes, I guess the closest story to my heart tonight was David, who got up and spoke for us. And he explained he had his own business, and they were kind of a week-to-week family. And a good week for them was the pantry was full and they had food in the house. And he got to a point where they couldn't pay the bills, and the sheriff came and knocked on the door one day and basically locked the house. And he found himself out the front of his house with his sick wife and his children. And they were standing in the park not far from where he lived. And I think he had 3 hours to go and get all his gear out of his house, and that was it. So he didn't know what to do, and he called Vinnies, and they came and gave him a hand and helped, I guess, give him some guidance and some support. And I guess the way that made me feel hearing Dave's story was, it can happen to any one of us, because especially in business, you can have good times and bad times, and you don't ever see that sort of thing happening to yourself. But to hear someone who actually has had it happen to hear somebody who's had it happen to them firsthand was very eye-opening. My motivation for coming tonight was to see how I could help this problem. I've always been big on charities and mostly dealt with environmental charities in the past, and want to get more involved in humanitarian type stuff these days. And myself hit rock bottom around 2002, 2003. I didn't quite land up on the streets, but I was pretty close, and worked my way out of it and started again. And I guess I'm fascinated to hear some of the stories about people who've had everything and lost it and end up without homes, and I guess listening to their stories and what took them there and how they can get out of it. And I think a lot of the big problem is staying positive and focused and making sure there's a support network there. So for myself, I had a good support network of family and friends that I could lean on, and I guess get that self-belief back and keep going again. I always say to somebody considering coming next year to bring warm clothes, for starters, and to come with an open mind. That's the most important thing, and a view on how you can help. I know for myself, when we set a goal, how much we wanted to raise during the project, I was quite ambitious, and I thought I had about 400,000 people in my network. So I emailed all of them asking them to donate $1, thinking we'll get at least half of that, $200,000. But what I've realised from myself tonight is I'm quite big on donating myself, but when it comes to getting people to donate to yourself, it's quite difficult. And I think that comes from awareness. I don't think people are really aware or understand what the root causes of homelessness is. Like for myself, I didn't know domestic violence was a big problem or mental health was a big problem. So the big thing for me was, I guess, keeping that open mind and trying to raise the awareness, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that's the important message I want to get out there now, is try and help people understand why people haven't got homes. Property price is another one as well. Just awareness, yeah.